my name is Louise, and I'm an architectural studies major and VAPAE minor. I think the hardest part of being remote learning is not being able to see my friends and get to interact with them, because obviously Zoom is really convenient. You can do everything at home, but I miss being able to go to studio, because I'm an architecture major, so go to studio and spend late nights until 3-4 a.m. at studio with my friends. I really miss being with them and just working together with them. I went to Temple City High School. It's in the San Gabriel Valley, and I grew up in Temple City all my life, so all I knew was that little bubble I was in. And I think growing up, my parents actually signed me up for art classes. I applied to a bunch of universities, and I think my family was struggling kind of financially back then. So I decided to go to community college instead. And I know with traditional parents, they didn't really understand what community college was. They didn't really understand the process of transferring to university. So I went to community college. I worked really hard. All I focused on was school, and I tried my best. I made UCLA my goal. In the end, I did make it to UCLA. And I remember finding out, I was on the way to an eye appointment, and I cried in the middle of the freeway because I was just so excited, and I felt like a weight lifted off from my shoulders. And my parents also, I heard my mom was in the backseat, and I heard her start tearing up, and she was calling all our family members saying oh, Louise got into UCLA. And when I started at UCLA, I had no idea what VAPAE was. I wasn't sure if I could be patient enough to teach students art. But in the end, I met really amazing instructors. They both guided me and helped me towards my goal and what I wanted to do for my students, basically. The goal of my capstone project was to help students express themselves. The grade level that I taught was 4th to 5th graders, and I actually asked my professor Marissa about it, and we had a talk about it, and she was saying how 4th and 5th graders, they're at the age where you can tell them what to do, but then they also have the freedom to express themselves as well because they're at that age. So she helped me plan out my lessons in a way where I'll give students the freedom to choose what they would like to do, but also give them a set of guidelines to follow by. And my next goals would be grad school, and I'm still waiting on some schools, but hopefully, I get into an architecture school that I like.
Oh no.